Is it already too late for Chelsea now? Having won 4 out of the last 11 Premier League games under Graham Potter and currently sitting in 10th place in the Premier League table on just 25 points, nearly 20 points behind league leaders Arsenal and 10 points behind 4th place Man United, which neither of the teams are showing signs of slowing down. Is it too late for Chelsea to make top 4 now? With an entire outfield team currently injured, being Mendy, N'Golo Kante, Chilwell, Sterling, Pulisic. Just you could probably name a player, and you can name a player in Chelsea, and the likelihood is they're probably injured at this point. So is it simply just too late now? Can Potter actually hack it at a top 6 club as well if he has the squad of his choice, which we'll obviously see probably next season? For example, Arsenal fans were calling for Arteta's sack last season, but the board gave him time and money, and now they're on track to win the Premier League title. And they're going to be in the Champions League football next season as it currently stands, I should say. Now, I don't think that we're actually going to make top 4 this season. I'm going to be honest. I know I'm called a pessimist a lot of the time. I do actually think that we're going to miss out on top 4 as it currently stands. I mean, we do need to make major improvements if we're going to make top 4. We need to back Graham Potter in the transfer window. It does not help that it's the 6th of January as I'm recording this video, 6th of January 2023, and we've already fumbled one signing, Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. We said that we were gonna. So we said to Benfica, yes, we will pay 105 million, and then we went and bidded 85 million, which is fucking ridiculous. We've already fumbled the signing of him, although the reports are that we may revisit that signing again this month. But obviously time is ticking, you know, like every day that they don't sign him is another day wasted. And now Benfica are saying, we tried to do a deal with you and you didn't help, so now it's release clause or nothing, and the release clause is 120 million, which is obviously quite a bit more than 105. So, our current Premier League form is loss, loss, win, draw, loss, which obviously is not good enough for top 4, and we have an entire outfield team injured, including crucial players like Reece James, Ben Chilwell, N'Golo Kante and Mason Mount. So, considering now we're already in January, is it now too late for us to get top 4? Mathematically, anyway. Now, we're already out of the EFL Cup. We have the FA Cup coming up on a Sunday, I think it is. We have the FA Cup, and I believe it's a knockout game. I'm pretty sure it's a knockout game against Manchester City. If we do not win, then we're out of the FA Cup. So we'll probably have a trophyless season. However, I do think that us going out the FA Cup, although it means that we'll probably have a trophyless season, it does mean that obviously the players have a bit more time to heal. You know, they won't have that extra game, or they won't have those extra few games per season, so they'll have a bit more time to heal from the injuries. Graham Potter does need to be backed in the windows as well, of course. Every manager needs to be back to every club. And I think we'll have to see what happens next season with time and money. But is it already too late to get top 4, as we are currently sitting in 10th in the Premier League on literally just 25 points? That is nearly 20 points behind league leaders Arsenal, and it's 10 points behind Manchester United, who are currently sitting in 4th, and neither team is slowing down. I mean, well, Arsenal are slightly slowing down. They lost 1 point in the last few games, and that's from a draw. But Man United aren't showing any signs of slowing down. You know, they got rid of Ronaldo, and now they're doing very well. So, you tell me what that means. So, I think we have to climb up 6 points. We have to got 6 spaces. Sorry, not points, 6 spaces. Let me just quickly do a check of the league table, actually. So, there are currently... Let's see, they're currently... What? So out of the teams that aren't guaranteed top four, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams that aren't guaranteed top four right now. Because I'd say that Man City and Arsenal are almost guaranteed top four this season. So there's what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 teams that are not guaranteed top four. And they're all going to be battling for it. That's Newcastle, United, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Brentford, Brighton, and Fulham, who are between them, typically aren't top 4 teams, so I'm not going to count them. Obviously, they can do a push for top 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but typically they aren't top 4 teams, so I'm not going to count them for this. I mean, Tottenham, especially even Tottenham aren't a top 4 team, and Arsenal aren't a top 4 team. However, those two are very well placed for right now, and Arsenal got, I think, 6th last season or something, and Tottenham got top 4 last season anyway, and now they're on track to get it as well this season. Liverpool again got top 4 last season. We got top 4 last season, being Chelsea. There are 5 teams battling for one spot, and it's the last spot of Champions League football. Now, Newcastle have had 2 draws in the last 2 games. Man United have won the last 4. Tottenham have had a loss but then a win. Liverpool have had 4 wins but then a loss. And Chelsea are in our worst form for the past couple seasons. And you have to remember, it was actually at this point, when Thomas Tuchel took over, we were in 10th in the league. Thomas Tuchel took over from Frank Lampard and got us from 10th to 4th in 4 months, and got to Champions League. But obviously, the Champions League is kind of relevant because we're not on about Champions League here. So Thomas Tuchel took over at about this point in 2021, took us from 10th to 4th, and got us Champions League football. Now, Graham Potter has been at the helm since September, I believe September. Let me quickly check that. September, yes, about the middle of September. His first Premier League game was the first day of October, so we'll say from October for the league. So he's been at the helm since the beginning of October, and we have actually got worse, I'd say. I haven't checked the statistics on that, but I'd say based on our form, we've got worse. Now, obviously, injuries are very much to blame for that. Don't get me wrong, injuries are very much to blame. You know, got a whole fucking outfield team injured, which again includes the likes of Reece James and Ben Chilwell, N'Golo Kante and Mason Mount. All of those in form are amazing league-winning team. Don't get me wrong. In form, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Kante, and Mason Mount, and in form, fucking Thiago Silva and Mendy and Kepa. We're in form team. We win the league, I'd say, especially with the players that we got. Those players that I listed as well: Reece James, Chilwell, Kante, and Mason Mount. And then I think, to be honest, I think even Zakaria in form could probably win the league. I'd say, not single-handedly, but he could help us win the league. He has had an amazing season here, I'd say. Maybe not as best as some people would have hoped or thought, but I'd say he still had a very good season. You know, he still put in very good performances, scored a goal in the Champions League on his debut as well. And since then he has been great. You know, he's put in a man of the match performance a couple of times. Yeah, he has been fantastic, I'd say, and I do want us to keep him after. So, other than that, I think if we get the injuries aside, we could still maybe get top 4. But I think the injuries are the injuries are too much of a burden for us. So I think for this season, I don't think we make top 4. Sadly, but that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments. See you on the next one. Peace out.